Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today has been a long week. Been raining constantly, so it's to be dry the next few days. So I'm going to trim down a lot of the fruit trees that I inherited. I didn't realise how much growth there will be this year, so I'm going to take it all down and try and clone a couple of the plants, which I'll show how it's done later on, or middle of the video, once I get to them. So what I've got, as you can see here, I've got loads of fruit trees. As much as I love fruit, it was just too much. A lot was going to get wasted. Even the local wildlife couldn't help me finish them, so they're all getting yanked out, every one of them, out. What I will do is I will keep a few, as you can see here on my left hand side. Over here we've got the late blackcurrant fruit shrub. Next to that is a normal blackcurrant, red currant and a gooseberry plant at the end. In between, amongst all that, is raspberry, so all are getting yanked out. What I will do is I will keep or clone each one of them for planting next year. Yes, I've got 6 to 8 roots to dig out. So what I will do first of all is cut the branches down to make it easier, and then hopefully the roots will come out the ground willingly. So yes, generally it's about 2 methods of cloning your plant. Cut it below a module like so. Trim off all these branches. Aiming for about 15 inches. Plank it into soil and it will root after a month or 2. Alternatively, what you could do, first of all, choose a branch which has good bit of vigour in it. It's still healthy, it doesn't have any disease in it. This one's about a pencil width in diameter, which is ideal. And you want a branch whereby you can then train it later on should you wish to on your wires. So this is a good example. Ideally, if you want to do this in springtime, probably just after the last frost, once you see the buds starts coming out. So this is probably ideal. You want 2 to come out on each side there, and that's probably one there, and you can probably cut that one off unless you want it to grow higher. So that's a good example. What you then do is, we do this with one hand. Let's cut a bit off here. Try and do this. Now I've cut a section off this twig, as you can see, the sap itself. Now what you can do here is I've tried this before without the root hormone, and it still works, but if you want you can put root hormone in it, and that gives it that extra protection. What you then do is put in a moist compost into a bag like so, put a slit there, wrap it around, and as long as it holds it in place during the springtime, after about 2 or 3 months, open up, you should have fresh roots coming out from it. I was cutting this blackcurrant down, and I realised, well, I didn't realise, but I just found that I forgot to cut this one off. So hopefully I'll show you what it looks like. I did this back in, I think it was back in June I started this, so it's been there for a while. Maybe 2 hands for this. The moment of truth, it shall be revealed. Oh, see? So what we'll do is, I'll just snip it off down there and let the new roots just try and break it up. I'll repot this one. Like that, that's a good one. This is the one I did this spring. As you can see, I've cut it off there. That's a root. This was about 4 months worth of air layering, as it's properly called. You see the roots are quite healthy. I did the exactly same with the gooseberry plant, same method. And you can see there, it's quite healthy. You can see new roots coming through. I've chosen sort of branches up and left and right. Right, so after 3 days of hard digging, I've managed to remove about I think there's about 6 to 8 root balls. They're going quite deep and quite wide. Took a lot of effort. Broken one of my forks. Yeah. The most troublesome as well are these wee buggers. And these seems to, I don't know if it's a kind of rose type of plant, but every time it touches the ground it produces roots. So they're basically everywhere, and I think throughout the year it must have grown about at least 4 or 5 metres. So it's quite a vigorous plant. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to bury all these in my new perennial plants in case it starts to root, especially the rose plant. So I'm going to burn it all. I'm hoping for 3 or 4 days to let them dry up, then I'll burn them, and then I'll obviously use the ash for the soil. Don't have very much plans just yet, so I'll see how things go once I clear out this whole lot. What I will do is probably build a raised bed here for the cloned blackberry and gooseberry plants, just so that if I do decide to move it one day, it makes it easier to transplant. Still got a bit to go in this allotment. I'm hoping most of it will be completed by springtime, fingers crossed. I do have a couple of plans. As I said, I'm going to have the raised beds for the shrubs, fruit shrubs, and I've got a wee plan for the strawberry section as well, which is a good space saver, and it's good, ideal for small allotments and compact gardens as well, funny enough. So stay tuned. Depending on the weather, I'll have this cleared out, and as I said, depending on the weather, if it stays dry, I'll have my strawberry plant section redone, and I'll show how it's quite innovative it is. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and stay safe. Bye for now.